The countdown begins here for this men's 45s game. Ireland versus Switzerland. Adam Collins in commentary. Joined once again by Mel Day. Mel, the road to this match, how have these teams been going?
Well, if you give me...
That's all good. I thought you had it up. I thought you were researching. But we'll get on with it here.
I have a keen interest in the men's 45s pool as well. Personal interest. I saw a few of them in the ice baths earlier on.
With you, take a plunge with Mel, the ice baths that we're doing the interviews here around the grounds, coming out through as part of the Daily Show. But Switzerland here, we're on the attack. Now Ireland make a break down the line. He's right on the edge. That ball over the top. It was a forward pass. It was a breakaway from Kevin Foley. The ball tipped over the top. He was right on the line.
I can tell you in this division, so we've got a couple of pools in the men's 45s division, and in this pool Switzerland are currently coming third, and they've got a pretty good record. They've got 3 wins and just the 2 losses. One, a very narrow loss to France earlier today, and Ireland are coming in 5th place, and they've had 2 losses, a draw and a win. So
very evenly poised. An important match in the pool structure as we see score by Switzerland. Team in the red, of course, the Switzerland team. See it there. Number 10 pops it beautifully, and yeah, just underneath the fingertips. Slipped the player. That is Reese Marber.
So in this pool, we've got
Jamie Nettleton.
New Zealand, who are out in front, predictably always bringing some strong sides to the World Cup. New Zealand and England are coming in joint second spot with Switzerland. So Switzerland definitely the favourites for this game, but as you say, these pool games are coming down to the business end of the tournament, and these teams are definitely going to want a top 4 finish.
Yeah, with the way the pools are structured, it's so important to finish around the top. You go through, advance into the final series. And Switzerland on the attack once again. Skipping out to the right-hand side, bodies around the roll ball. That could have gone against Ireland, but the referee calls play on.
It's always great to see the sport of touch grow across Europe. I'm sure there are people who'll be watching this and not think of Switzerland as a typical touch-playing country, but they host a couple of cracking tournaments every year in Switzerland. I know one in Lausanne is always a great tournament to go to.
Sounds like it's fun. I've heard lots of people talk about it. Never made it there. I'll put that one on my check sheet as one to visit.
It is very much the culture of touch in Europe, especially on the European mainland. Some incredible tournaments and a lot of touch clubs that put on a very good show.
Here it is with Ireland attacking the line. Foley again. Ball into Switzerland defence. Now Switzerland have to ruck it up off their line. Button sure it was, it got us underway. Back to the middle now. We're going to have a change over here. See the referee just tottering into position.
Yeah, it looks like one of the attackers was impeding the defence, which can happen when you're driving towards a very, very busy channel towards the sub-box.
Now it is Ireland on the attack once again.
So this would be a big upset if Ireland managed to get one over Switzerland.
Irwin takes it into the line. Not square is the call from the referee. English lass refereeing, just saying no, it's a roll ball. Very polite. Late pass here against Switzerland.
Yeah. Playing consistently in this little 10-metre channel directly in front of the commentary box. And once again, all in the player's control. Hold it for your set of 6. Control the roll ball.
So Ireland on the attack once again. They're about 15 metres out from the Switzerland line. Keep it in the middle. Need to lift here. One team can take control of this match. So far, Switzerland 1-0. Is Ireland with a penalty. Again, 15 metres out. They restart this set. Pick up and from acting half. Went right to the line. And then ran too far.
Very early in the touch count as
David
well,
Dowling, second touch. It's okay to scoop. You've got to release a lot quicker than that. And it lost his team possession. That was the second set, repeat set close to the line. They needed to convert that into points.
I'm always curious when the teams play back these games, whether they play it back with our commentary, whether they get our coaching tips, our feedback.
Feedback, I like it.
Wow, hello now, Switzerland, hello Ireland.
I am going to make a call here. This penalty has gone. So he's blown the penalty and put it out towards Switzerland. Now he's indicating to Switzerland that it was a shoulder charge, and that's what I was going to say. This contact on the Ireland player was all about Switzerland.
I would love to see a replay of this.
Just gave a massive shove and was hoping to get a penalty. And originally when the referee blew the whistle, he indicated that it was a penalty for Switzerland. And probably had a thought about the mechanics of it all. And that now goes the way of Ireland, so they get the opportunity. They're on their own side of halfway. This is better. More movement of the ball early. Foley, yeah.
As a referee myself, there are situations when you do give a penalty and you find yourself facing the wrong team and you've got to go through the process in your head exactly who you're awarding the penalty to. As Ireland setting up a lovely attack here.
Oh, couldn't find Foley, but it was a nice pass from Anthony Nolan.
Yeah, a bit of extra guts on that and that would have been Ireland in for the try.
Anthony Nolan, story of Nolsey. We coached against him and then coached him as he was a young man, under 20s in New South Wales, currently living in Ireland. Another family connection through our sport. All the brothers, the Nolan brothers and sister-in-laws and sisters all playing touch football back in Australia. And his brother, one of his brothers, is here representing Australia.
Oh, lovely little. Nice little smooth play there. They're getting these repeat sets on the Switzerland line, but just giving the ball away so cheaply and not under a lot of pressure either. I think they'll be frustrated with that little passage of play.
I think both teams will be frustrated about some aspects of their game here. And they think about this game. It's still early in the first half, but already some simple errors being made. Nice show and go. They get on the outside, slip the pass away. See what this one's going to be called.
I thought that was a bit cynical from the Swiss player. I'm glad that was a turnover.
I agree with that call. 100% agree with that call. The way of Ireland here. And that's a nice charge up through the middle. Pace comes across in cover. Good speed from the Switzerland number 16, Stefan Eskridge. And now it is the Ireland team that turned defence into attack.
Yeah, he had some rockets on him through the middle of the field there.
Certainly did.
Oh, he's got to tighten up get a lot more square with that.
Data Irwin
ruck,
with the
which
ball.
I think they're going to get in for.
Ping it now. A little bit delayed, but you called it. Good charge.
And it is lovely down here at Riverside. I didn't appreciate that we've got a big screen down here at Riverside which is showing the action at Highfields, and hopefully everyone up at Highfields is enjoying our coverage of the seniors and masters divisions down here at Riverside.
If you have some minutes this afternoon, make your way over here. This is a fantastic venue. Beautiful outlook here across to the River Trent.
And if you are settling in at Highfields for the afternoon having your lunch, I highly recommend the grilled cheese sandwiches in front of you to your left.
The big melt.
The one with the onion chutney. I can't recommend highly enough.
First, my favourite down there at Sammy's Kitchen, loaded naan.
Lovely drive from Ireland here. Get into the middle of the field now. Very good roll balls from Ireland. They're creating a lot of momentum.
Nice.
They send it out right.
Kevin Foley just loses control of that one. There's been a lot of trouble out here on the right-hand side for the Switzerland defence, but they've stood up every time. Questions being asked. Let's see if Ireland can convert one of those raids into a try as we see Switzerland again roll up to the halfway line. But it's two stop-start. There's no consistency. This is better. They straighten up. A couple of touches remain. Last touch now. Starting fresh. Numbers there in the wrong way.
Ooh. Yeah. In there like swimwear. The Irish winger all day.
The link went back inside. If he had just ran his line, they had numbers, which would have turned the winger infield, and then that one comes off.
Yeah, I think Switzerland will be disappointed with this performance so far. They're not playing like their position on the table.
This is good from the Irish team, working towards their sub-box, but again, another cheap giveaway of possession.
You can hear the Switzerland box demanding their players to drive it up through the middle of the field, which is
There's
exactly
numbers
what
here.
they do.
I had a late interchange. Switzerland had numbers. Now they go down. That's a bad roll ball.
Yeah.
Whichever way you look at it, the mechanics of that one were just all over the place.
That was a bad roll ball.
Sorry, I call it as I see it. As now, Switzerland looking to get on the attack again. Very static here, dragging the Ireland defence forward. Sweeper goes around, they come back to the short side.
Oh.
Knowlesy gets caught short. They don't collapse with him.
Yeah, they're claiming the touches, but I don't think they were onside there.
Darren came out the way he should have, but just the middle underneath didn't fold with him. We'll see it here.
Oh, no, ball was away. Yeah, lovely call by the referee there. And right on the mark, did not have to take a sideways step, the referee, to award that.
I'll point something out there as I saw it. So with Darren communicating to the man beside him, I saw his fingers go out and push him out, but I think he was asking, like, have you got him? And if there's no response, it puts you in two minds, and sometimes you go where you don't need to.
Yeah.
So that communication has got to be verbal and non-verbal. So if you're watching at home, make sure if somebody asks you a question that you give an answer, because it can put them in two minds and they find themselves out of play. So important.
It's very true. I play wing a lot in my personal touch, and there'll be a lot of times when you're on the chase out as the winger and they'll be challenging you on the outsides and you'll be shouting to your link, have you got, have you got, have you got? And there's just silence in the background.
Correct. And that middle defence as well is so important, that communication. We're not going to harp on it because Switzerland are back on the attack, rolling over the 7 metre line now. Long ball this time out of the wing. The hands were thrown up. The ball goes away despairingly. Switzerland looking to extend the lead. And that could have been anything, but a forward pass was the call.
They are looking very dangerous on that right to left long ball, aren't they, Switzerland?
They are, but you called it earlier. This wind has really taken effect here. It's coming, from the right to left as we look at the screen. And that would have been pushing that ball forward.
Oh, lovely
nice drive. And that is Carl Birrell.
he has done that time and time again this game.
And 6 touch affected. So the referee just indicating who was the player that was touched. And now the ball not back to the mark. Quick enough would have been the call.
Yeah, this Switzerland defence looks very impressive through the midfield. They're shooting very hard, and they are working just as hard to get onside to
Nobody there for the ball. He has to find somebody. He does eventually. Oh, nice touch coming through the middle. But through the ruck then was the call. Yeah, penalty for through the ruck. And I don't know that there was a ruck there at the time.
No, and we've got an Irish player
down injured.
play.
See what the call is here. He's going to call sideline. On-field referee just wants to have a chat with the sideline referee here as we see the Irish player down injured. Nice to see if we can get a replay of this one to see exactly what happened there and what this discussion is about the referee. I think so. We've seen a try awarded. Is that what just happened?
I think we've seen a try awarded whilst that player has been down in the field of play. I think that was quite unlucky from the Irish team here. But the Irish player is walking off the field, so we hope he is okay.
Yep, and it's back on the attack now for Ireland. Driving up the midfield is Charles Gannon. There's Nolan. Nolan with the ball now. Sweeper came around into space. Shape of Dara Irwin. He's been busy. Irwin with the ball now. There's Nolan.
Yep. Oh,
shows to Connor Slack and goes. There's the drop ball back inside. It's Gerard Walsh.
That's one of the best Irish attacks we've seen, actually.
It was enterprising. Nolan involved in that a couple of times. And now it is Switzerland back on the attack, up over the halfway line. Moving the ball to the left. Good speed there from the number 16. Stefan Eskridge. It's good from Switzerland. They go long. Intercept taken.
Bring it out to the 5.
But they're saying the winger was offside. So Ireland sucking the big ones here. They have to absorb this if they are to progress. Here it is. Switzerland.
Get a bit tighter, Jerry. A bit tighter.
In the hands of Jamie Nettleton. Sweeper. Can't quite find his man. Credence Whitford. Credence with the ball now. Slips it back for Jamie Nettleton. It's Credence Whitford. Ball goes to ground. Wait for the ball to come back into play, and it will be Ireland once again to make their way off their own line. Weak. The pass to a player looking to come off the field there. I don't think he wanted to actually receive that one, but there was nobody else in position. Darren Nolan puts that one down. Wasn't happy with himself. Hopefully he didn't pick that up in the effects mic.
Quite a low scoring game, this, isn't it?
It is. So it's still very even here. Not convinced either team have it totally under control.
No.
Even though it's 2-0 here to Switzerland, still think Ireland can change that pretty quickly. Just need to tidy up some aspects of their general play.
25 seconds to go. There you go long, gonna go long.
A score update for you.
Stephen. Nice
at half time because I'm not convinced 2-0. But we'll wait and see. Could be wrong. Can't remember.
Lovely Irish defence by Stephen Kavanagh in there.
A lot of the Irish team are doing great work. It's just they're not getting the reward for their effort. As we hear the hooter go in the halftime for the halftime break, it's currently our screens 2-1 Switzerland over Ireland. I'll see if I can get a score update just to confirm that, and we'll bring you all the action of the second half here shortly.
And that brings us to halftime.
Yes, I know. They just pushed it in the school. I hit two. They hit
back with the action here in the men's 45s. It is Switzerland 3 over Ireland 0. And it is Ireland with the first possession in the second half.
And we were talking before the halftime break, we think Ireland have a great chance to get back in the game here. There's not a lot separating these teams at all as they go for the outside.
O'Sullivan with great pace to the outside. Just couldn't get the ball to ground quick enough there. I think that's Foley. A couple of opportunities, Kevin Foley, that time. The ball came out to him. Looks like he had plenty of opportunity, but just couldn't get the ball to ground quick enough. Good start as O'Sullivan goes over from half court. The ball back now for Switzerland to roll off their own line, and a quick changeover.
Oof.
Oh, ouch. Something along those lines.
Right back at you from the Irish team.
Yo-yo.
And we're back with Switzerland driving it off their line.
Take two. Now it is Switzerland pushing forward over the mark. Play on.
And the referee has spotted it.
No, she spotted it. Yeah. And now a penalty for not returning the ball.
Ireland leapfrogging back up the field.
10 metres, the Switzerland side of halfway. Ball moves to the left. Again, looking for the fresh legs onto the field. On they come for Ireland. Old Birrell. It's down for Foley. Foley releases Peter Dolgarugi. Poiter.
A little sweeper play out the back from Ireland, but looking very static in this set so far.
If a Dowling it is that drives into the line. A little bit of shoulder-to-shoulder contact. Which way is the referee going to call this one? I think it's going to be, yes, it is. It's an offensive penalty.
Yeah, I think what did the Irish attacker there is just going in so upright into the touch. When you do that and you make very heavy contact, you're not doing yourself any favours.
Correct. Got to have those levers out, the brakes.
Yep, you got to initiate
the contact,
with
not with your shoulder.
other than your chest or your shoulder.
Yes, definitely. And now it is Switzerland that roll up over the line. Ball comes out to the left.
Scoop.
Good speed, but great cover. Great cover there from the Ireland number 5, Stephen Kavanagh. Late pass is the call on the back end of that one. Timber! Ball moves out to the left-hand side now.
All right, now we've got some intensity in the play. Now, I think this attacker definitely led with the shoulder. This happened right in front of our commentary position here, and there's a little bit of aggro coming into this game in terms of the physicality of some of these touches, and I think the referee is doing the right thing in terms of having a chat to the players. And I think it's gotten to the point where a forced sub is needed just to cut this out of the game, because
that's exactly what's happening.
Lovely refereeing. Lovely refereeing. And you know what? Great timing with that forced sub as well. You can see he spoke to the player and gave Switzerland at least one shot with the 5 players on the field.
He's going to call that one a try. They drop back, but not to the line in time. I get the intention of that whole exchange there, but it took too long.
Yeah. As
we see, it was Nolan who had gotten back to the line, but actually stepped past the line. And Credence Waitford was able to dive right down to the line.
Yeah, the game definitely has slowed up in the last 5 minutes at the start of this second half.
Now Ireland back on the attack. This is the only way this fella knows. Patrick O'Sullivan is hard and fast. He takes the ball forward at speed every time. So O'Sullivan with the ball again. Moves it to the right. Looking for the strike dump here. And a penalty for not moving forward. His signal was there were a couple of you not moving forward. If I can
Very clear, wasn't he?
read that.
You. Forward.
And now they move the ball here. Here's O'Sullivan again, pushing forward through the middle. Can't find an opening. We're going to have a penalty for a forward pass from the ruck, I would imagine. Mark that one for this game in your bingo card. Now, Switzerland look to get up the field, but also towards their sub-box. They centre it up.
Yeah, they've gotten away from a couple of Irish defenders. They just need to initiate that second touch, and they would have been on a
Ball on the ground
roll
for a long time.
Oh,
That's
lovely
Dara.
rescue pass there. They've dug themselves out of trouble, Switzerland.
Oh, another penalty here. The Ireland team take us forward again. There's a couple of guys here that do the heavy lifting for Ireland that really truck it up through the middle.
Yeah.
Patrick O'Sullivan being one of those. I think it's...
And another penalty for
something.
obstruction. It's interesting with these obstruction penalties because obviously when you're subbing off, it is a very high traffic area, and I do question whether the team is actually getting an advantage from that, but they've just got to make sure that when their teammates do sub off, they just go directly off to the side and not interfere with any of the defence, which they really shouldn't if the defence are back on side. Oh, lovely little play from these two Swiss attackers. This is what we like to see. Like clockwork, I apologise to everyone listening wherever you are, but a lovely little interplay between these two mids here. And
yeah, nice
cheeky
release.
little inside ball.
Nice release from Credence Waitford, who was the last try scorer. And Daniel Kilmister. That's his third. Now it really is Switzerland with the ascendancy. I like what you did there with the clockwork.
Thank you. Thank you.
5-0. Really are sitting sweet as chocolate.
Oh.
This is Nolan.
Oh,
Nolan.
lovely.
Beautiful ball over the top. Finds the winger. Gives his support player a nice round of applause there. You can see it individually out of half. Just heads up, holds it out in front, and then that ball delivered over the top perfectly. Served on that platter we talked about earlier, and that is try time for the Ireland team.
He deserves that, Anthony Nolan, as well. He's done some great work out there for Ireland, and he could have shot through that little gap, but spotted his winger free as a bird out on the wing and popped that ball over. Lovely work by Anthony Nolan.
James McCall it is that gets the point against his name, but it was a well-worked try. From a team perspective. And now it is Switzerland again in the middle. Credence Waitford, he's busy, and he'll just stroll over. There's a few signals. No, touch was made. Touch was called. You hear the referees talking to the players. No penalties. Move forward, move forward. There's Waitford again. Gets it down. Pops it up. Juggles, handles.
Good hands.
Little flick out the back. And that was late, that one. And the referee will arrive on the mark to blow the penalty. Now possession in favour of the Irish.
Here we go, France driving. Well, they've got to watch this sideline here, Ireland. They're getting very, very close, and I think the referees have spotted it here. Oh, they've spotted a touch pass. I think there was a foot into touch as well, so fortunately you can't get two penalties or two turnovers and touch at the same time. As Switzerland now centering the ball, and they're going to want to create something from this. They need to take some positivity into the next game. I've just found Switzerland to be a little bit flat in this game.
It has been one or two players that have worked something together. So let's see here. They need to, yeah, like you said, play a little bit more expensive, create around the middle, and then slip out if they can. Still, a lot of it is just this single dump play stuff, but it's worked. Let's face it. But when they come up against different opposition, they want to have more tricks in their book.
Yeah, absolutely. And a penalty against Ireland on their line.
Here, communication out there. Hold, and they all go up as one. Moving forward. Now it is Switzerland that roll into the line. There's Waitford.
I think he was expecting his outside player to be hitting a different hole than he was there, but they're setting up a similar play.
Credence Waitford is
now,
the one.
through
Looks
the
like
two mids.
the play will come off him. Splits to the right.
And the referees judged that defender to be offside.
I'd like to see that one from my vantage point, and I'm not in the most perfect position. Obviously, I'm not as close as the referee. Let's see if we can pick up the feet of this defender. Yeah, no, good call, sir. Hadn't made the line. And that is try time for Switzerland. Credence Waitford, as we said, we've called him quite a few times. He's been busy, and he seems to be the danger man for Switzerland. 6-1 now the score. Starting to get away from Ireland. This is better.
He's got some pace on him, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's a great call from the referee. Offside player certainly interfered with any advantage that Ireland may have had. So there's Nolan. The tap wasn't taken on the right spot. No, she wants to have a talk to somebody and a forced sub.
Yeah, a forced sub there and a quick restart from Ireland to try and take advantage of this 6-on-5 situation.
Waste there, no half in position. Still, they have the numbers advantage. I'm not sure if they're aware if they had the number advantage here. There's Nolan again, straightens up, runner into the hole.
Yeah,
Touch was affected.
very slow getting their second player
Connor
onto the field.
Connor Slack in the number 1 jersey had tucked himself in behind the ruck. If he had to hit that short hole, he's the try scorer. Just don't think they knew they had the numbers advantage with that forced sub. There's Nolan again, back on the inside to Slack. This time Slack puts the ball down.
Yeah, defence was watching for that one, weren't they?
I call that a wasted opportunity for the Irish team. Now it is Switzerland that roll up again. Great penetration through the middle. He's been very good for the Swiss team. That is Charles Isaac. Now they push through the middle once again. Waitford is the man with the ball in hand. He's the hot hand for Switzerland at the moment. There he is. Nice little pop pass. He engaged them with his eyes then. He focused forward. They thought he was going for the line. That was a no-look release. And all clear given. And wow. Let's see it again. That's what I'm talking about. He's pointing in and then straightened up. You see that little look towards the ground. They didn't know if he was going to dive himself, so they had to hang where they were. That little slip pass was beautifully executed. Well done, Mr. Waitford. You have been the MVP out there for the Switzerland team.
Yeah, and Switzerland now proving why they're coming third in this pool, stretching out their lead to 6.
7-1 that scoreline, and Ireland turn it over. Now another changeover. Ball comes back the way of Ireland. 10 metres into Switzerland territory. McAllister was that took it into the line. That one back for O'Sullivan. Little juggle, but picked up nicely by King Hanso.
Oh, I think they're going to pull this back here.
Looks like they are. Forward pass.
That's unfortunate. It was a lovely little passage of play from the Irish team.
He kicked it back to halfway too. Wasn't aware that the penalty had been blown. And now the ball back in the hands of the Switzerland attack. They roll forward again. Ireland here absorbing on the back foot. On the back of two really good drives, penetrating the defensive line. Move it out to the right-hand side here. They turn it back to the left. They center it. Oh, he wasn't happy with that one. High scorer here, Kilmister. Kilmister in half. Good pace, looks up to the right, slips out.
Brilliant, Dara, brilliant.
Dara Irwin makes a touch. We're going to go back for the late pass. Here's Irwin. Foley. Have to give a massive shout out to Dara Irwin, playing well above his weight here. Doing lots of the heavy lifting for the Irish team as they drive up now over the halfway line nicely. This has been their most impressive attacking opportunity in some time. But unfortunately, that ball, the final pass, just goes to ground. That was much better, more direct, much more penetration into the Switzerland defence.
Yeah, both opportunities that the Irish have had recently, it's always come about from momentum and pace into their own line.
Another penalty coming up here. We just see the referee rolling into position.
They've spotted a forward pass here.
And it will be for Ireland. Advantage to Ireland here.
He's slowing up the game, these penalties, significantly as well. We've seen pretty much the whole Irish side be able to sub in the space of that penalty.
I think it was an offense and defense situation there. Nolan. They just turned each other around here in the middle as well.
Yep.
360-degree touch football.
Sweep play. Back into the middle. Oh, good little bit of footwork.
Release out wide. And a penalty for offside. On a slack. Izzy in the midfield. Number 1 for Ireland. It's him with the ball in hand now. Nolan to his right. That's who has it now. Lucky into half. Nolan off the right foot, back to the inside. Touch was called. Down, Nolan, slack off the deck. Long ball back inside, but space collapses in the shape of the Switzerland defence. Shuts it down nicely. We're going to have a penalty. Forward pass, I think that signal was. Yep, there we go. And now it is Switzerland that roll on. They've done this transition much better. And as I say that, there's no half in position. Over the top, dummy pass. Move it again, there's Credence. Waitford. He'll trail on the inside. Will they need him? No, they won't. Winger comes in. Thought he'd come in to shut nicely then, but just the final extension of the hand wasn't where it needed to be. Let's see it here in replay. There's Waitford. That's a nice dump. He drops it back to the left-hand side. And it's Nettleton, I believe. Yes, Jamie Nettleton. You can see the winger for Ireland put his hands on his head. He did everything he needed to do except make touch.
Just take that extra step.
Just ask the question, man. So, Dave, one more guy. Thanks for the answer.
So, yeah.
Last minute of play.
In the shadows of the siren, it is Switzerland on the attack. There was a little juggle. Yeah, the referee
On it.
Referee was right on it.
Ireland would love to finish out this game with a try, don't they?
And I really don't think they've been a 7-try worse team than Switzerland.
No, no.
They've certainly worked hard for their rewards, and no, I'd love to see them score another one, I have to say, if I'm completely honest.
unfortunately beaten by the buzzer.
So the hooter goes in the background, and that is the end of the men's 45s fixture here. Switzerland defeating Ireland 8 tries to 1. Once again, the action doesn't stop here. Wait around, stick around. We're going to take a quick break, and it'll be the women's 35s, Singapore and South Africa.